Hey, it's Brock.
It's Zayden.
And Zayden here with Rock Hill Farms. And today is a fun day because we've got some new stuff for the tractor that I'm excited to show you guys. So what is in these boxes is a toolbox and a chainsaw mount. Now, a lot of you know I've got the Artilian modular system that goes on your ROPS, and you can mount a toolbox and a chainsaw on it. But I like to show different options, and not everyone is going to end up wanting the same thing.
What is that?
What is that? I don't know. It's part of our system we've got here. Wow, all this stuff is heavy made. I got a pin here, and bolts. Looks like it's got a U-bolt. So it's an interesting story how I ended up with this system. I have a longtime viewer. I've got a bunch of longtime viewers who are always watching the videos and commenting. And one name that I recognize seeing a lot sent me a message and said he makes his own product. And then he said his son has a YouTube channel, and his son is 16, and he has a tractor channel. So it's called Caden's Outdoor Life. And I was familiar with it. I'd talked to Caden before. Turns out his dad makes these products. So to me, that's a win-win. I was at that point I knew I had to show it. So this is the ITC Saw Boss. ITC stands for Interchangeable Tool Carrier. So I don't know yet exactly how it works, but somehow you can swap between different attachments that you want to put on the same mounting hardware. What do you think of this, Zayden?
Yeah.
You like it? You think this would be good for carrying a chainsaw?
Yeah.
What about putting a toolbox on the same mounting system that holds this? It's a good idea. What kind of tools would we put in it?
I don't know.
Maybe a screwdriver? What else? What other kinds of tools does a tractor guy need?
Maybe some hamburgers.
Hamburgers? So this system, it's good for screwdrivers and hamburgers. So I haven't looked at the instructions or anything, but it looks to me like a very simple system. This mounts onto your loader mast. This mounts onto your saw holder, and then this slides onto here. Then if you want to take this off and put something else on the same holder, you've got that versatility. You can also make these on a wall mount system. So you put these in your shop, and when you don't want to carry a chainsaw, you take this off, slide it onto the wall mount. The owner told me that the wall mount setup and a couple of other accessories are going to be released really soon. So if this ends up being a good setup, you may see me showing some of those products as well. Okay, so this should be the toolbox. You want to pull some of this stuff out of here for me? Okay, pull some of that paper out. And just throw it over there. Oh! It's important lessons, Aiden. When you pick something heavy up, you got to grunt like this. Watch. When this piece of paper's in here, when I go to pick it up, I go, "Argh!" And then they know I'm working hard. You want to try it? It's so heavy. Always grunt when you pick something up, so everyone around you knows how hard you're working.
Nothing's in it. Nothing's
in it? Okay. So this looks like it's just the one component.
Don't set it on me.
Don't set it on you?
Yeah, it looks heavy.
Looks heavy. Well, if it's heavy, just grunt. Maybe grunt twice if it's really heavy.
Whoa, that's loud.
Okay, so we have a tray that holds the toolbox. Then we have our actual toolbox here. It's about the right size. You don't want anything too huge on the side of your loader. Okay, it's got a tray in it. And some paper. You want to get the rest of this stuff out of there? Is there anything in that paper?
Oh, yes.
He's getting good on those grunts. It's like we have the exact same mounting hardware that we used on the other one. Which once again goes to the fact that this is an interchangeable system.
Piece of paper. Whoa, what is this? And we have the same thing.
Yeah, the same thing. So, this will mount on here again. Exact same thing. This is going to mount the toolbox onto this plate. This plate will lift on and off. So it's a simple enough system that I don't need instructions to tell how it works. I'm not sure exactly where this goes, but this looks like a retainer to keep your tool from falling off once it's mounted. And we got one more thing here.
Okay, I want to do that one.
We'll open it up.
And we have the same thing.
Yep. This is a second mounting bar. So it looks like I'm going to have the option. I can have a chainsaw holder on one side and a toolbox on the other. If you just want one, you could have one mount on one side and switch between a toolbox, a chainsaw holder, and whatever else they come out with. But for me, I'm going to have one on each side.
I made a 4 now. If you put this on here, you can make a 4 or what?
That is a 4. Nice looking 4.
If you take this away, it's a U.
And now it's an N.
Yeah. And now it's a U. And now it's...
Today's episode was brought to you by the letter U and the number 4. What do you say? Go ahead.
And the... Hey, it's a U and a 4 and an N.
And if you did this, it's a J.
Yeah.
So, what do you say we go get a tractor and we actually mount this stuff on the tractor?
Yeah.
So, we'll be right back. When they sent me these products, they also gave me a discount code. If you guys use code ROCKHILL5, you'll save 5% off of any of the ITC quick attach product. Alright, so I still haven't looked at any instructions because who would do that? Alright, so I'm going to put this right above my diverter valve. Let's put the U-bolt around it. Put a nut on each side. Doesn't get much simpler than that. Take the 3/4 inch socket. But when you're threading something on just a tiny little bit, who has the patience for a ratchet? So now we're going to mount our chainsaw holder onto the quick attach plate. Well, actually that would be the next step, except that I have this chain box. So in my case, I'll be attaching the chain box to the saw holder and the quick attach to the chain box. Now, all of these are just options. You can order it different ways. And I was just on the quick attach website. Some of those other products are already available. You can get a fuel can holder that holds your hatchet and your wedges and different things like that. But he specifically told me they had more new products on the way. Okay, so that is not too heavy, but it's pretty heavy made. That goes on right there. Then when I first saw this, I thought, man, that can't just set on, it'll bounce off. But that's what this is for. You got this pin here with the little ball that pushes in on the end to keep this from coming off. Pretty solid. I think before we put the other one on, I'll go grab an actual chainsaw and see how it fits in here. Okay. So I got the 500i with a 25-inch bar on it. And I would say I've got a 36-inch bar that I can put on this. I run it sometimes. But for the average user, you're probably not doing anything bigger than a 25-inch bar. Even a lot of the loggers I've talked to are using 25s. I'll have to ask. This has some holes in it here. I wonder what else this can mount to with those holes. Doesn't really matter for today, just curious. But there she is. You can put your chain on this side, saw on this side. If you want, you say, man, I'm going into an area that's going to be tight turning radius. I don't want to mess with all that. You can take the saw out and then take this holder off, or you can lift the whole thing off like this. But for right now, I think I'm going to be cutting up a tree tomorrow. So I'm going to leave this mounted on here. And if I was going to leave one of these on all the time, I'd use a smaller saw. But when you know you're going to be cutting wood. So this is the pros and cons. Any system, no matter what you're looking at, there are pros and cons. I've raved about the Artelian system. I love the Artelian system. It reminds me of this in that it is adaptable. You can do different things with it. Same thing here, but there's always a downside. With the Artelian tool rack, the downside is visibility. If you put it up too high, it's hard to get stuff in and out of. You put it down too low, it can affect your implement. I set mine about midway up the ROPS and doesn't interfere with anything, but it affects my visibility. If I need to look backward, I take the racks off. No big deal. Same thing here. This isn't going to affect visibility. It's not going to cause any other issues, but if I'm in a tight space, this is sticking out. Because with this particular saw, there's no way I could turn it the other way. This has a 3/4 wrap handle. I don't know, some small saws maybe you could, but this is sticking out 12, 16 inches. So just something to keep in mind. Almost forgot, this can mount on the ROPS. I've chosen to put mine on the loader mast, but they have a mounting kit for the loader. They have a mounting kit for your ROPS. I already have a ROPS tool system. That's why I'm mounting mine on the loader. But they've got flexibility. He even said I could put it on the skid loader or a flat surface or anything. So I'll have to look at all that. But let's go get the toolbox put on the other side. Okay, so this all went together the same way. This attached exactly the same way. I could put this further down, but I kind of like it where it's at right here, I think. And then you use the same 4 bolts to put this onto here. If you want to take this off, it's the same design with the pin. We just drop that in, put the pin through, locked in place. Actually, because this is downhill, I'm going to put my pin from this side. Seems like the chances of that pin coming out are a lot lower if I put it in that direction. But check out the pinned comment and the description of this video. You'll have links to the ITC Quick Attach products. Use code ROCKHILL5 for 5% off. I think it is an innovative design. I think we're going to see this company do bigger and better things as they continue to grow. But I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.